It's your girl Tawana, aka Miss.com, and from the title of the video, you already know. This is a Shop Your Stash video. So I said that I was not going to purchase a planner for 2026. I was going to take what I have and create a planner for 2026. I also talked about not wanting to use a separate goals journal and putting it inside my planner. I also want to include a social media scheduling space, so pretty much just a monthly calendar and maybe a note page or two. All of that, like planning things out, I have gotten into Notion. Shout out to This Is Nikki, because she really got me into Notion and doing a deep dive, and so far it's been working, and I still use a notebook when I come up with ideas as well. So today we're just going to do an inventory of what all I have and how I can possibly use some of it. So let's move some of this stuff off of this desk. So a lot of these are from over the years when I was switching back and forth and using several different layouts over the course of the years. Now this year I pretty much stuck with either the dashboard or the wellness layout for the whole year, and I'm not going to be incorporating anything else different in there. Actually, I think the last 3 months of the year I'm just going to finish out in the dashboard layout. I think that might be a whole separate video because I have an idea on how to maybe flip the dashboard layout. So in this one, I have the subject lined vertical, I have the faith layout, and a vertical with no lines. So I think I did this last year, where I started putting post-it notes on the actual items that were in here. So that's the vertical with no lines. This is the faith layout. So the faith layout is similar to the wellness layout, where you have the 3 sections and then you have headers, but with the wellness layout, the headers are vertical versus horizontal. I do like this one as well. I'm trying to think with, okay, so no, it just goes straight into it. So we have that is also a option. So yeah, we had the faith, the vertical, and then the vertical with no lines. I have on here subject lined vertical. Oh, those. And I don't even think I might have a whole month's worth. I didn't mind these. Now, when I did use this layout, I did cover this section up and put the days of the week across the top. So it's not bad. I like to have it. I did like having the lines. Okay. Oh, and if I would have paid attention to one, I did put those sticky notes on here for the months for that. Okay. So that is an option. And then this is, ignore this little flap right here, which I probably should take off. Okay, so these are the wellness layout. This is the layout that I'm using for September. So you see how you have the headers and then you have the divider boxes. I really do like that layout for vertical. So I had started decorating. I wonder, maybe I started decorating that for my mom. Okay. So I need to put a post-it note on here that this is the wellness layout. Because yeah, I think I had an 18-month for the wellness layout. Yeah. So this is the wellness layout. So I need to actually, let's take this off. Oh, well, no. I think that's why I had this on there. Okay, we can leave that on there. Because this is not the cover that goes to this planner. I think I gave the cover to somebody else. This is actually the cover for daily pages. I'm gonna still put a post-it note on there. And then this is, I believe it is dashboard layouts in this one, and then along with some dividers that I had used before. I had made, so what is this? Okay, so yeah, this looks like I had started and then I said never mind. And okay, so yeah, this is all the dashboard layout. All of these are. So that's always an option because I do like the dashboard layout. I feel like I got a lot of dashboard layouts in here. And I'm okay, that's a horizontal. That's weird that that's just randomly in there. Are all the rest of these pages horizontals? And I was using the horizontals, actually, the old horizontals that I had for my mother's planner, but then she kindly told me that she does not use the weeks. Okay, and then this is a checklist, the monthly checklist. And I want to start, I'm looking at this style because I think this would be easy for me to do my goal setting in the planner. So I might be mashing up the monthly. How many of these do I have? Okay, so apparently I don't have a lot. I don't even know what I did with the other page there. That's interesting. Okay, listen, I'd be taking things and moving them around, but I think I can shift things around with the dashboard layout and make that work. This is a productivity layout. I got this. This was in a happy box that I bought on clearance, the Apricot Dreams. So, and I can't remember with the productivity layout. Okay, so it is this one. So the productivity layout has the set goals for the month, things to follow up on, and then it moves into the weeks. I do like that. The only thing is I always cover up the numbers because I don't time block. I don't know. We're gonna see. So that's what this whole planner is, because that definitely is. And I love the fact, and this is why when I started buying things undated, because I just prefer them. And I like I also bought this for the discs because these are those copper metal discs. I wish they didn't have the hearts, but I know that is Happy Planner's signature. Now this is the actual daily pages. So I'm going to set this to the side because I pull the pages out as I see fit. But I think with the monthly for the daily pages, it was just a regular monthly. Yeah, it just jumps right into the daily pages. So that one I'm going to set to the side because that's not something I'm probably going to use. Now, this one, oh, we got quite a few things in here. So we got a dashboard from 2023. We got February, June, and July. And then we have vertical aligned in here. So we have quite a few. So we got March, April. And what I did do to kind of cut down on, I guess, flipping through, and I need to do it for the other ones, is I wrote down. So I have a dashboard in here for February. The first starts on a Wednesday. So if I didn't want to necessarily redate, I could flip the months out. So I would look and see for 2026, what month has the first starts on a Wednesday. Now for February, it's a little shaky because of that leap year and it's a short month. So I would probably, February is one of those months I usually don't do that with. But excuse me, so for the June one, I would look, okay, June 1st is on a Thursday. So if March 1st was on a Thursday for 2026, I would take this June out, put it in March, and then just cover up everywhere it said June and just replace it with March. That is the easier way to do it. It is less time consuming versus just putting the months in and then having to renumber. The only thing is that your tabs are going to be a little all over the place. I even have some pages in here that are already decorated. Oh, these must be the pages that I started decorating probably for my mom and didn't use. we'll see. I don't know, because I'm thinking maybe I will do like I did last year. Last year I finished out a whole planner that was pre-decorated. One I gave away and one I actually sold. So maybe I'll do the same. We'll see how many of these we have. Okay, so it looks like it's just November. And then we got some dividers and some folders. Okay, so it is kind of that neutral. I kind of did want to double check to make. And then I have tons of note paper as well. Okay, it looks like we got maybe not a whole month, but it looks like we got a week in here. Oh, July 4th. Okay. Alright. So we do have some things to work with. And before I settle down into my 2026, I am going to test out my theory. So we have these weekly progress pages. I bought these to use them for my fitness tracking. And then we just have some habit trackers and some note paper. And I'm thinking what I will do is cut the hole punch side off, and I can tape these down to the page in my planner to create my own goals section. So I'm debating on if I want to do that or if I just want to use the productivity layout. Okay, then we got project sheets, project/goal sheets. So you would write the subject or the goal, the overview of what that entails, your planning steps, and then your action steps with due dates listed on there. I did like these. I'm trying to think, is this all I have? I have to look in my notes, notebooks, because I'm sure I have more of those. And then I use these for, this is the days of the week. I use these when I was doing social media planning and I was trying to be all over the place and I'm not there anymore. So probably not going to use that. This is just plain filler paper. The Spoonful of Faith, Beautiful and Brave. So it has that on the back. So it's lined, and then every couple of pages you have some type of image on there. These were part of that Apricot Dreams box. I did use these for a minute for meal planning. So you have your shopping list and then a section for your meal planning on the front and the back. And then this was the bill schedule, which I think I am going to use this, but instead of using it for bill schedule, I'm actually going to use this for my social media scheduling. So I'm going to sit this to the side because that's going to be one of those sections. Now this is the Goals Planner Extension Pack. Let me see what we had for. And I was mad because once I realized I wanted to put my goals back in my regular journal, I looked for this extension pack and it was sold out, and I saw why, because they had marked it down to $2, and I was like, what? How did I miss that? So yeah, so it's similar to the productivity layout. So you got your top priority list, and then you have your goals section for the month. And then you have a task list. See, I don't need all these task list pages. That was the other thing with this one that threw me off. I was like, yeah, I don't need 2 pages of task list. And then it moved into the vertical. So it's similar to the productivity layout, but those front section of pages are slightly different. And then the color box on here. And then you have the daily habits. So I'm debating if I just want to use a mashup of these, or if I want to use up some of those dashboard layouts that I have. And if I can make shift a dashboard layout to have the goals for the month in the front, and then just the dashboard layout in the back. So, and then this one is, I got this one on clearance. This one was $2, and I don't remember if this layout just had the vertical lines or if it had the extra pages before the week started. So let's take a look. So no, this jumps straight into the weeks. Oh no, now I'm looking at this, I'm like, I really would have to be in the mood for blue. This is not something I would use every month. I would not want my whole planner to be blue and white all month. Maybe for 1 month or so, but I'm gonna set this to the side because I don't think that this is a contender. So this will go back in the stash. So let's stick that back in there. So for right now, I am going to keep out the goals. And how many of these do I have? So I only have 3 months of these. I'm also going to keep out this bill schedule calendar because I'm going to turn that into my social media calendar. And I'm going to leave this productivity layout out because I think those are going to be the guts of what my planner is. I'm looking at these other weekly pages. I don't feel like I'm not consistent enough with meal prepping and meal planning to create a section. So I'll keep these on deck for just those random days where I want to do that, along with the daily pages. I'm always going to keep a section of daily pages in my planner just for those long days where there are a lot of things that need to be done or I feel like I need to write things out. So I'm debating. Let's leave this out just in case. So everything else I'm going to put away. So this will probably, some variation of this will probably be the guts of my planner. So you guys let me know. Have you already purchased your 2026 planners? Because y'all be stressing me out with these planner 2026 anticipated lineups. I'm like, it's not even October yet. And I just hope that everybody is out there doing like I'm doing. No more hoarding your things. We are shopping our stash. So I'm going to wrap this up here because I feel like actually, let's do this. I know I just said that and then I'm going to turn around. And I want to see, is this the dashboard layout with the long section or the 4 mini sections? Okay, well, where are the dashboard layout ones? Are they? Okay, good. Maybe I passed them. Okay, so this only has, so this is the one with the 4 sections, which might not be bad for what I'm thinking of doing. So I think I am going to leave this dashboard layout one in the pile as well. So once we figure out what exactly our 2026 planner is going to look like, this will probably be some of the guts of it. You guys know I rarely ever use these covers, so I do have some covers from Inkwell Press and Keleva Plan and Live Love Posh and Happy Planner and somebody else I bought. I said Inkwell Press, yeah. So those will probably be one of the covers that I use in, or I might, no, I'm not going to reuse the same cover I had this year from Cloth and Paper. But that will be the cover, and then we'll kind of go from building from there. I tend to be more concerned about the guts than the cover. First, I will be using one of these metal disc sets that I have. I'm not going to be using the expander disc. I use the expander disc for the sheets because if you guys have ever followed me, I take out the month. So once September is over, September comes out of my planner. Any daily pages, any note pages, all of that. Well, not the note pages, the daily pages and the month and the weekly and any travel pages I have. Those all come out and they go on a set of expander discs because at the end of the year, with all the decorating and the miscellaneous pages, my planner is a little chunky, but I also feel like I don't need all of those previous months. Anything I need to reference back to, I still have the pages. And if there's anything I need to reference back to, I move it forward either on that very last page or on the monthly, so I'm not having to like flip through or flip back. But I think we're going to be set for our 2026. So I encourage everybody to shop your stash. I'm also going to be doing Project Stashdown again, and I'm putting a different twist on it than what I've done in previous years. So part of my Project Stashdown is I'm not purchasing any stationery items after the end of September. So if there's anything that I've been eyeing, it will be purchased in September. I'm doing a no spend on stationery for the whole month of October. So that means stickers, planners, notebooks, pens, all of the things. There are 2 or 3 items that I'm looking at for Black Friday, possibly. It's the speckled disc from Cloth and Paper. And I know you like to one of they only $16. I know. I don't have a coupon. I don't want to pay full price. And then with the shipping, with the shipping and the tax, it takes it to like $20 some. I'm a baller on a budget. Don't judge me. And I'm looking for some clear or frosted top tabs. I need to go through my stash because I feel like I should have enough top tabs where I don't need to purchase any, but that's also on my list. And possibly a new cover. So those are the only 3 things that I'm kind of looking out for and may purchase during Black Friday, but I don't need any stickers. It may be like if somebody's having like a really good sale, I might pick up some extra dolls, but other than that, I'm pretty solid on sticker books and stickers. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you are shopping your stash or if you already have your 2026 planner already. Are you going to be redating, or are you just going to go out and just buy a new one, or do you always buy undated planners? So peace and blessings to y'all.